Hi, we are Wondervan, two girls and their camera hogging Jack Russell. Laura, who's behind the camera, me, Naomi, and Panda. You know how they say you should never work with animals or children, as this might come to bite me. We quit our jobs about 2 months ago. We are now on the second leg of our European 12-month adventure in our camper van Heidi. Last vlog we did was about our stint in Wales. This one, although I'm recording it whilst in the wilds of Scotland, which will be the next vlog, this one is about our visit to the Jurassic coast and all of the exploration we did around Dorset. So we spent a total of 5 days in and around Dorset, and starting at Old Harry Rocks, and the trip culminated in actually Cheddar Gorge, which yes isn't Dorset, it's Somerset, but that is en route back home to the Midlands. So Dorset is on the south coast of the UK. It's really popular for its awesome coastline, particularly its white limestone cliffs. Now, one of the reasons that we have mostly been to Dorset before is to visit Portland. Portland is a little island off the coast of Dorset, probably most famous if you don't climb for Portland Bill, by which I'm referring to the lighthouse, not the classic TV show. If you do climb, it's famous for its climbing, sport climbing in particular. It's absolutely epic there. It's been really exciting for us on this trip to explore a little bit more of the tourist destinations that Dorset has to offer, and they are absolutely beautiful. First suggested getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go and look at some rocks in the sea, I was unsure about how much I was really looking forward to doing that. I'm not very skilled at getting up early in the morning. I am skilled at lying in, and I'm skilled at having an afternoon nap. So we had a pretty disturbed night's sleep in a pub car park. Yes, it was a bank holiday, but there are not many places to park up in Dorset, as I will come on to later. But we headed off to see Old Harry Rocks, and actually, I have to admit, the early start was probably worth it, because it's really peaceful, apart from like the 3 or 4 professional photographers that are inevitably hanging around, that make my small camera look, you know, really pathetic in comparison to these really big lenses. So I'm not going to say anything about men and the preoccupation with long, big things on size. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't suggest a thing. So if you haven't already, I would highly recommend getting a National Trust membership. I used to think that becoming a member of the National Trust was kind of like a transference into middle age, much like listening to Radio 4, which, having discovered Desert Island Discs, I now also like. But basically, it's about, what, I think £9 a month for a couple's membership to the National Trust. And if you think about the fact that the car park to Old Harry Rocks and Corfe Castle was £8 each, you've more than saved that in, like, you know, a month's membership, because having a National Trust card means that it is free. So whilst we were chilling out in Corfe Castle, we had to check some really cool friends of ours who actually have a camper van that you can hire based down in Dorset, little Tina van. Check them out on Instagram. It's a beautiful van. To say, oh, we're in the area. We're like 6 minutes down the road from Corfe Castle. Do you want to come have a shower, have a curry, and use our hot tub? We were like, oh, that does sound like something that might be acceptable. So yes, we hot-footed it to theirs. We had a really cracking afternoon. Eating cakes, chatting about vans, and of course having a little spell in the hot tub. So you kind of think of Dorset and you think of the Durdle door, which is cool. It is really, really nice, but I have to say I was a little underwhelmed by it. I think maybe this is because we'd previously been to Malta, not to see the usual window. We went to different part of Gozo and we saw you know, other arches which we climbed on. So, you know, maybe I'm a bit biased, but it's a really cool place to go to visit, irrespective of whether you've seen other arches in the ocean or not before. The downside of going to see the Durdle door is that the free parking is a million miles away. The paid for parking is A, very expensive, but B, is closer. So you kind of got to weigh that up. If you're going and it's, I think, £4 for 2 hours to park up, but yeah, okay, you can fling the doors open, you can overlook the ocean, that's very nice. I don't know if it's an ocean or a sea. The water, there's water that you can overlook. That is pretty cool. I thought it was kind of expensive. What I also thought was that I consider myself to be relatively fit. Going down to the Durdle door was fine because it's on a downward slope. Coming back up, bloody hell, actually, you know, probably needed to put some effort in to get back up without wheezing and huffing like a steam train. So be prepared to, you know, have a bit of a slog up, put some proper shoes on, don't attempt it in flip-flops, it won't go well. So very much unlike Scotland, where we currently are, in Dorset, what you will find is a plethora of signs everywhere that say, don't park here, don't sleep here, no overnight parking, go away people in camper vans, which is a little bit off-putting to a certain extent. You can use apps like Park for Nights, which will direct you to, you know, more secluded and quieter places to stay. However, when you get there, there's still a little sign that says, we'd really rather you didn't park here overnight. Thankfully, because, you know, we had our hot tub friends, they pointed out some little places that, because, you know, the local knowledge, that we parked up and actually had a really good night's sleep. But I can see that if you are determined to be off-grid, and, you know, you don't really want to go to a campsite because they can be expensive, particularly, you know, we were there every bank holiday and it was like 30 quid a night, which I think, again, budget. It's, you know, you don't want to do that every single night. It can get a little much. So to balance the flip side of wild parking and being off-grid, to the whole idea of giving back to the local, you know, economy, the local community, which I think is massively, massively important. So, you know, if you don't want to, you know, go to a campsite, can't find anywhere wild to park up for the night, then don't be afraid to call up a pub on a location that you like the look of and say, you know, can we stop in your car park if we come in for a couple of pints? Most pubs are massively thankful for the trade. You know, the more the merrier, I guess. I've never known anyone say no. So, you know, you get a flat piece of land to sleep on for the night and, you know, they get some money spent at their bar. So even though I banged on probably way too much about the parking restrictions in Dorset, well, not so much the parking, the overnight sleeping, you know, the positives massively outweighed that. I think Dorset and the Jurassic Coast is bloody beautiful and I'd highly recommend you go and check it out. There's so much variety, whether it's castles, whether it's cute little villages, or whether it's climbing. There's a lot to do down in that neck of the woods. You know, so yes, go and explore. I think 5 days is probably like the optimum amount of time. Really, really, really worth it. As I said, we're now filming in Scotland, so we've moved up north into rain, misty weather and clouds and midges. So yay, Laura got her own way. I wanted to go to Wales, although apparently it's raining there as well. So, you know. So next week's vlog will be about our Scottish road trip, mostly at the moment featuring early morning sunrises once more, as well as castles and beaches. So, you know, yeah, I hope you liked this one. If you did, please like it, please subscribe, please share it. I know that sounds really pathetic because everyone's always saying that, but please do. It means a lot to us to know that you guys are actually enjoying what I'm doing in front of the camera.